Modern Dude Chat is presented by the guys at Beard Supply. Check out the new oil releases, 1975 and Alpine, or restock on some of your old favorites. Visit beardsupply.com. Beard care for a wild life.
Hey guys, welcome to the Modern Dude Chat podcast. We're your hosts, Cody and Chuck. We're geeking out this week. Stay tuned. It's going to be fun and nerdy.
On this episode, Cody has a fresh track for us, bringing us some new music. We're going to get into... Cody went to the arcade. I watched a dope-ass animated movie.
Yes.
Game of Thrones and Avengers is coming up. We're finally going to talk about it. Woodstock. The lineup's been announced, and it is pretty badass. And then Disney owns everything. This is Modern Dude Chat. Be sure to listen during the episode. You'll hear an ad for Beard Supply. There's an exclusive Modern Dude Chat discount code. Take that code. Go to beardsupply.com. Use it to get a discount on...
Take advantage.
Use
that code.
Do it.
God.
Get some good stuff from Beard Supply.
There's nothing else out there.
Get soap.
Beard Supply is it.
Get balm,
I'm tired
soap,
of saying it.
oil. Get out there and do it. Use that code. Get you some good stuff. Your lady friends will appreciate it. But let's get into it. Yes.
What up?
We're back. Modern Dude Chat.
Hey. We're global.
Global. Man, we've been...
We're getting listens all over the
Yes. Thank
globe,
you guys
man.
for tuning in. Thank you again to Ryan from Union Leather. Last week was awesome. We had a lot of new people listening to the podcast. So once again, thanks for joining us. If you haven't listened to it, go check out episode 11 from Ryan Wheat at Union Leather.
We had a blast.
Yeah, but no, global,
good
man.
feedback.
We're checking the stats, and we got people from other countries listening.
What up?
And it's not just one or two; it's quite a few.
Yeah.
I was telling Cody, it's kind of crazy. But so
nuts.
shout out to our international listeners. That's it. International.
Where you at?
Blah blah.
Yeah, international. We're international. We're global.
International. Global. So
What's up, Chuck?
man? This weekend went by so fast.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. So fast-paced weekend. Chill weekend. So that's pretty
I can't
good.
say the same.
Yeah, no. As always, you're just tearing it up, burning it at both ends. Is
Oh
what
man,
they say. I guess.
I actually get to relax when I come up here and
This
and
is
podcast.
This is
It's like therapy.
It's like therapy. We talk before we prep. We chill. We get caught up. Then we get ready to do the show.
Digging it, man.
So yeah, this is kind of our down chill time.
The weather's been great here in Texas.
Yeah, it's
Got to
been
spend
nice.
some
We
time
It's
outside.
spring finally, so we got that for about 3 weeks, and
my
then it'll be
favorite.
hot as hell.
Yeah, no, we got a little bit of a taste of that. I feel like today it kind of got a little steamy.
It
At
didn't feel
times
good.
today.
We went outside for a little bit to clean out the garage and stuff, and my wife was like, "Oh man, it's gross
Humid.
out here."
Got
So
humid,
yeah,
yeah.
not good. And then the storms rolled in, but yeah. So this is our chill time. This is when we like to relax and toss a few back. So what do you got for us? I already know what we got.
Speaking of, we've got another beer feature this week, Chuck.
And before, so this was one, and I'm already looking at it, and I immediately recognized it.
Yeah, this is. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, yeah, it's brewed. No, go ahead.
Did you say brewed
I
or
said
rude?
rude.
I thought you said
Like,
brewed.
Michelle Tanner. How rude.
Yeah. So a lot of people recognize this beer because it is well known as a gateway to craft beer.
Okay.
So a lot of people that are interested in getting into craft beer, anybody that knows about craft beer will often hand you a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale
Yeah.
because it's easy drinking and it's a very nice Pale Ale. It's a good gateway to craft beer.
So when I personally first got, when you're young growing up, you got your Coors Lights, your Bud Light, Keystone even, And
Coors OG.
yeah, and but this is probably the first one I remember seeing being different because you can find it almost anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. This is like a gateway.
Yeah, it's like a gateway.
Good gateway, not the other kind of gateway.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is what we're drinking this episode.
Handcrafted ale out of it's Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. I'm sure most of you guys have seen this on the shelf at some point. It's got a nice green label. It's got a nice little mountain river.
It's like a throwback
scenery.
looking.
Yeah,
like it's not modern looking.
Yeah.
I mean, which is not a bad thing. It's nice. It's immediately recognizable if you've seen it before.
Yeah, it seems adventurous, right? For a gateway.
It's piqued my interest.
So, anyways, yeah. I mean, cut and dry Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. That's what we're having this week.
From
Easy
Chico,
drinking.
California.
Yep, 5.6 alcohol by volume. I don't see the IBUs on here, but
So yeah,
that's because
if you're
they're
used to drinking your normal
old school.
domestics, if you want to venture out and try something, just kind of dip your toe in the craft water.
Yeah.
Try
Go to
this one out.
Go to this one.
So let's go ahead and cheers it up.
Cheers, homie.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, tell me.
Is this a real one? Like the top? I'm going to open it.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm going to
Around?
open it and it doesn't twist.
Oh, yeah. You mean like the bottle cap?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Is it a real one?
Is it a real?
Oh, you
a
mean,
real one, like a pop top.
no.
I got to get
yeah,
the tool.
You need a tool.
Okay. Time out. Hold on. Hold, please.
Is this a real one?
Hold on.
Hold on. I've never heard that. Is this a real one? It's not a twist top, Chuck. It's you got to pop it off with a tool
Keep that in your back pocket.
or a
Is
lighter.
this a real one?
Are you one of those guys that can pop it off with a lighter?
I can. I do
Dude, I've
have
never
skills.
been able to do that.
And even better, so tip for you married guys.
Okay. Is this a real one?
Yeah, this is a real one. So yeah, I do have the skill of popping it off with a lighter. You can also do it with your wedding ring if you have a metal one.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah, I can do that in
A lot of people have rubber rings.
Yeah,
now.
you know what? You're looking at me right now. I've already popped it, but yeah, the first thing I did was see what ring I had on because I do have a metal one
Yeah.
and I have a black rubber one depending on my outfit or what I'm doing. So I would normally just crack it with my wedding band.
How much of a badass would you be if you could pop it with a rubber ring? You got to try that
Oh
sometime.
man, yeah. Well,
Probably not gonna work.
You don't ever want the rubber to break, so you want to keep that. You probably don't want to go that route.
Is this a real one? I'm using that for the rest of my
All right,
life.
so I got mine open. We're ready to roll.
Is this a real
one? All right, cheers, homie.
Yep. Let's do this.
Yeah. So I mean, we've had this before.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
Dude, it's like perfect blend.
okay. Cody thinks it's perfect blend.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea. It's so pale ale. This is not an IPA. It's just a regular pale ale, and then the India pale ale. Pale ales in general or India pale ales are not really my lane.
Yeah.
But again,
Slightly bitter.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I think I'm not fond of bitterness, so maybe that's what it is. But again, if you want to dip your toe in, definitely try this out. As Cody thinks it's perfect. He likes this one.
It's a good intro beer.
And it's not bad, but had it before, so nothing new. But yeah, Sierra Nevada.
Cheers. What are we diving into next, Chuck? Moving on.
I think you got something to tickle our eardrums.
got the beer flowing. We need something to tickle our eardrums.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, when you got the beer flow, you need some good ass
that.
music.
I like that. Hey, dude, I have heard somebody mention this band to me once upon a time, okay? And I kind of brushed it off. I didn't go and check them out. I didn't go listen to them. But I stumbled across this on YouTube. I don't know if anybody out there has ever seen like the Jam in the Van series, but it's one of my favorite.
I feel like I've heard of it, but
YouTube
I've never
series.
watched it. But when you told me about Jam, was it Jam?
Jam in the Van.
Jam in the Van.
Yeah.
I recognized it, but didn't know where. So
Dude, so great. I encourage all of you guys to go check it out on YouTube. Basically, what they do is they cram these bands in this small little van, and they jam out in the van, jam in the van. And the quality is like legit. They have like GoPro cameras set up all over the place.
oh, it looks real good.
And the quality, like sound quality, is just legit too. So, anyways, I'm cruising on Jam in the Van. I like to do this like on Saturday mornings. I usually get up, start working on the computer a little bit, try to get some stuff done before the kids wake up and we start our day. And so I usually cruise YouTube, specifically Jam in the Van, just to like listen to some tunes, while I'm working. And I stumbled across the Marcus King Band. You ever heard of them?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, dude, go to.
But that's what you're here for. You're
Yeah.
here to bring me new stuff. And I love you for that.
Go check out the Marcus King Band on the Jam in the Van series on YouTube. You will not be disappointed. There is a song on there. It's got 1.3 million views as of now. But it's called Rita Is Gone. The dude's voice is just unbelievable. Like, when I first heard it, I was floored. I was sitting there at my computer with my mouth dropped, just like, what? How have I not heard of this?
Yeah, you sent it to me, and so I got around to looking at the video, and I popped it up at first. Just you know, you always take things just when you first view and you make an instant judgment. Everyone does it.
Yeah.
You do it whether you want to or not.
I have
It
time to
happens.
listen to this right now.
But
like,
it's one of those, like, you watch The Voice and stuff, like, you see the person and the voice that comes out of it. Like, dude, I was like, hell yeah, this is good shit.
Unbelievable.
So,
anyways, the Marcus King Band, Rita Is Gone, specifically the Jam in the Van session on YouTube. That version alone will blow your mind. The dude's voice is unbelievable. Go check it out. I've been listening to that like all week. Just can't get enough of it.
and so we talked about this in a previous episode. Go check it out.
This is a good segue.
Yeah, they are playing Woodstock 50th anniversary, and the lineup is out. So we talked about Coachella, and we went over the lineup in the past, and we said, well, we'll do Woodstock when it comes out. It's out, and when I first saw the list,
as of this week,
when I first saw it, I was like, dude, this is where I would want to be. Like, there. So Coachella, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I know a few of these people. Dude, Woodstock is nuts, and I wish I could attend this one.
So briefly, before we get into it, the lineup is legit. But this goes back to our previous conversation, and I think we talked about, hey, is it going to be like super pop star-ish? There are going to be some pop stars sprinkled in there. You know, we had that conversation. Remember that, Chuck?
Yes, yeah. We didn't know how, mainstream or indie, alternative rock,
because back,
pop,
50 years ago, those people were the pop stars, right? The Jimi Hendrix,
yeah. So as far as fame and all that, it's the equivalent, but it's different.
It is.
They were just the stars of the day.
Style.
Yeah, they just weren't pop stars, I guess.
But I was almost pleased to see that. Yeah, I was kind of on track with that. Like,
they got a good balance, I think.
It is. It's a very good balance.
But there is pop stuff on there, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Like Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, Miley's there.
List, which I like Miley, dude. She's
people
legit.
hate on her. I like Miley.
She's legit talent, in my opinion. And I'm even gonna go
USA.
Jay-Z, Imagine Dragons.
Yeah,
Halsey.
So I think they're like advertising Jay-Z as like one of the main headliners.
I mean, dude, he's a freaking legend. So I'm happy to see him there.
Jay-Z shows up. That's it.
It's
He's the headliner. But other stuff that other acts that piqued my interest. Man, there's a lot going on here.
So much goodness going on.
I ain't gonna take all the good stuff from you, so I'll leave you
go
the
ahead.
stuff I know you like.
I feel like if you mention something that I am really high up on,
no, I'm gonna leave.
I've taught you well.
I'm gonna leave you the good. All right, you taught me well. Here's Cody teaches Chuck well.
Let's see how good you do. I'm grading you.
Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats.
Nailed it.
And what's the other one that I skipped that I was going to save for you?
Tell you what. You want to start from day one and go down?
Yeah, okay. 3-day event. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, August 16th, 17th, 18th. Day one.
Okay.
Let's get some of the good ones out of the way. Miley, that's one.
I'm
Miley's
going to
on
go
that
ahead
one.
and say the Killers. I mean, they're headlining for a reason.
Yep.
On day one.
Yep.
I love the Killers. Great. And and we can't forget to mention Robert Plant here, dude. Robert Plant is a legend. Then you mentioned Nathaniel Rateliff, right, in the Night Sweats. Go ahead.
And Santana's on day one, so we
Yes.
talked about he's coming.
Yes.
He played original Woodstock. He's playing 50th anniversary Woodstock.
Run the Jewels.
Okay.
Have you ever listened?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
dude.
add it to the list.
Send you some of that.
I got it.
I love Run the Jewels, dude. The Head and the Heart.
I've heard of them.
Maggie Rogers.
Okay.
Legit. Bishop Briggs.
Okay.
So good. Anderson East. He used to date old girl. What's her name? Miranda Lambert.
Oh.
Yeah.
Miranda.
Yeah. They're not together anymore, but
It's okay. Miranda is
Do
Miranda.
you got anybody else in between there?
So this isn't a big name anymore, but I wouldn't be mad about seeing them. But Akon's playing day one, which I think is kind of cool.
Nice.
So
Let's see who else is on day one. I don't see anybody else that I really care about.
Yeah, it says more, but I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of day one, not bad.
Okay.
Day two.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Where do I want to start? Chance the Rapper and the Black Keys.
Black Keys, yes. Our boy.
Yes, about to say, go ahead. I'm going to take it.
No, you go ahead, Chuck.
Take it. This is your guy.
Chuck, I heard you mention it earlier. Go ahead.
Only because you taught me. You sent him to me before. Sturgill Simpson.
Yes.
That's
Love
a must
Sturgill,
listen
man.
to.
Sturgill's so good. And so, hey, I would like to note here, we mentioned this when we were trying to predict who was going to be on the list. We both mentioned Leon Bridges and Gary Clark Jr. and
Nailed it.
They're both on day two.
Day two.
You couldn't have Woodstock without those two guys, in my opinion.
So good.
Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, David Crosby, Dawes, Margot Price.
I'm so glad you're happy because some of these I don't register with me.
Yeah, dude.
But there's plenty that do.
Let's see.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Okay, day three. Let's go day three.
Day three.
Go ahead, Chuck.
I was like Jay-Z, we already mentioned.
Yep.
Imagine Dragons.
Halsey.
Halsey.
Which is weird. I don't know why she's there, but whatever. So weird.
Some of these other ones.
Cage the Elephant.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Dive
Young the
in.
Giant, which is... That was a weird one for me. Janelle Monáe, she's legit.
I
But
see
Young the Giant, like nobody's
Common's
heard from
on
Young
there.
the Giant from oh, dude, Common's on there.
Yeah, Common's on there.
Nice, that's good.
This is when the Marcus King band.
Yeah,
so they're on day three.
Is on they're on the freaking Woodstock lineup, dude. That's awesome.
The Zombies.
The Zombies, yeah.
I don't know
yeah.
does that register? I feel like the name sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you what they sing.
Let's see. Wait, the Zombies lead singer died though, didn't she?
I don't know. I don't want to get in. I don't
might
want
have
to
just-
speak. I don't know.
I might have just jacked that
You're
up.
trying to kill off somebody. I ain't trying to go there.
Oh, no. What did I just do?
I don't know. I've never heard of Hot Tuna, but Hot Tuna's playing day three. That's a funny name. Some other ones just going through. Judah and the Lion. Have you listened to them?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't. I've heard of them.
So
I may have heard like a few of their songs.
I have one song on my Amazon that I picked, but I picked off of you might listen to.
Okay.
You might like this person. So Judah and the Lion's not bad. And I mean, there's some other names. Go look at the full list, but compared to
Amigo the Devil, I don't know who that is, but I like the name. It's funny.
yeah, there's some interesting names on here. But compared to Coachella, I would much rather go to see this. I don't know about you.
Yeah,
but
hands down. This is a great lineup.
Yeah, I'm good. And so speaking of names, there's two on here that weren't on Coachella and weren't on Woodstock that I'm kind of surprised, which is Chris Stapleton and Post Malone.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Maybe not Chris Stapleton. After seeing the Woodstock lineup,
Yeah.
maybe he wouldn't fall into what they were having. I don't know.
I feel like he should be there
I think so too.
because he's just.
But we've talked about at least Coachella having a lot of surprise people. Do you
Yeah, he
think
may
at least
show up.
maybe Post might show up at one of these?
I don't know, man.
Not Woodstock show, but Woodstock or Coachella. I feel like.
Coachella, if anything. Woodstock, I don't know.
So.
I don't know.
But
about
that's the
Woodstock.
lineup. I think this is loaded compared to Coachella.
Dude,
I'd much rather go see this.
I actually have a friend that I saw a post on Facebook. He already bought tickets. He's going. Like, not missing out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, if I could find a way.
I know, man.
Man, that
Probably won't make it,
awesome. No, no way. But
I'll live vicariously through those.
Man, I'll be
people.
watching that weekend. Like, I'll be looking at everything that's trending and finding out.
So I'm looking at
it'd
the
be
comment.
cool.
I'm looking at the comments here on Instagram, and there's people like, "Where's Fleetwood Mac? Where's like Queen?"
They
and
wanted the
shit?"
original
You
or
know?
people that would be older
Yeah,
acts that
yeah.
legendary. Yeah.
Hey,
Price got to be right for some of
they
those
did
bands
good.
nowadays.
They did good.
No, yeah.
I think they did good. Overall, they did good.
So,
Little Poppy, like I said, like we talked about, but hey, overall, pretty good, pretty damn good. Hey guys, real quick, I want to talk about Beard Supply. Beard Supply produces all natural beard care products inspired by adventure to help keep your beard healthy, soft, tamed, and itch-free. We carry a wide range of products, anywhere from beard oils, beard balms, beard soap, wash, mustache wax, grooming tools, and kits. You name it, if it helps your beard feel better and look stronger, we have it. For a limited time, use code MDC Podcast to receive 20% off your first purchase. That's MDC Podcast, no spaces. Go to beardsupply.com and take advantage now. That's beardsupply.com. Beard care for a wild life. So, we took a little visit to an arcade.
Oh, like a Dave and Buster's Chuck E. Cheese arcade, or
Way better.
like arcade, like
This
our
is like-
day back in the day arcade.
So, both.
Okay.
Like New Age and back in the day. There's a little bit of both sprinkled in. It's called Nickel-Rama, and there's like a few sprinkled out in the DFW area. And it was fun, dude. We had a blast. Me and my son landed on a Guitar Hero and posted up there for a while.
Oh, perfect.
Had a blast. Like, he loved it. I don't think he's actually played ever before.
Oh,
And
my
we jumped
gosh.
on this.
What are you doing over
He
there
was
at your
hooked.
house?
Well, he was hooked, man.
Go get that boy Guitar Hero
He's
or
all
Rock
into
Band.
like new age stuff, dude. Like virtual reality is what he's waiting
Oh
on.
my gosh. Well, whatever. That's new age stuff. Go
Yeah.
get that kid for the sake of
But I'm telling you,
my
like
sanity. Go get that boy Rock Band or Guitar Hero. I know they have it.
Yeah, we posted up on Guitar Hero for a minute, and it was fun.
I-
And they had like a
Hours.
little
I
beer
used to
pong
spend
game.
hours of Guitar Hero. Like
I even mentioned that to him. I was like, dude, we used to play Guitar Hero for
wasted
hours.
so much time in college playing Rock Band and Guitar Hero. It's ridiculous.
It felt good.
And then they had beer pong game. Is that what you
There
told
was a little beer pong game directly behind us. So I was like, I would jump back and forth between Guitar Hero and this like little bounce beer pong game, which of course it's not called beer pong.
Oh my gosh! It sounds like my early 20s.
It was great.
I'm going there. I need to find this
It was
place.
it was like it was like the little bachelor pad again, right
Because
there.
honestly, like legit serious, in college, we would have a bunch of people over, like house parties, and we would have one beer pong table, and we'd have teams. And if you weren't playing beer pong, you were playing Guitar Hero or Rock Band to pass the time. So it's exactly like
it was
that.
literally the machines were right next to each
That is
other.
so
I was in
badass.
heaven, dude.
Oh my gosh, I'm going there.
We had so much fun, and they had this huge like Pac-Man digital
So did it?
game and all kinds of other stuff. Dude.
So it's like
it was
new
fun.
age stuff. Like, did they have
Yeah.
any like classic?
They did. They
old
had a lot of
school?
classic. They had a section for like classic pinball machines,
oh,
Galaga.
Yeah, I loved pinball. Like
Yeah,
my
dude.
dad played pinball, and he taught me how to play pinball when I was a kid.
So this is telling though, like nobody was on the pinball machines at all when I was there the entire time.
Hey,
Nobody was on the pinball.
Young
machines.
Bucks, if you're not on the pinball machine, you're missing out.
I know, but it's so hard. Dude, I have a 13-year-old, and we had this conversation walking in. I was like, I'll be surprised if our kids are even interested in any of these arcade games, because my impression was it's going to be another set of like older arcade games,
Right.
And kids these days just aren't into that. They just don't even know like how to fathom like the gold mine that you
Like,
walk into when you find an old arcade.
When
right?
someone says arcade, like I don't even think like something nowadays like Chuck E. Cheese, Dave and Buster's. Maybe that's what
Yeah.
like modern. When I hear the word arcade, I'm rolling back to like and the actual arcade we used to have in our mall and like Mozzio's.
Power play.
And we're talking about games. I'm thinking of the old X-Men game and the Ninja Turtles arcade game and
Yeah.
playing Area 51 where you shoot the
Yes,
aliens.
yes.
Cruising USA.
Dude.
Like that's what I'm thinking of when I hear
So
arcade.
all of those were there, but it was newer versions, like revised versions.
Oh, they like updated
yeah,
them
it
and
was
stuff?
updated versions. So it was
Okay.
really fun, but
right.
it wasn't like the classics.
Okay. But they had a variation.
But they did a
of
good
it.
job, yeah,
Okay.
is what I'm saying.
I'm still
So
going.
we had a blast. The kids loved it. And the reason they named it Nickel-Rama is because you use nickels to play these games.
That's dope.
Lo and behold, which is funny, typically all these arcade games cost like 25 cents to
Yeah.
50 cents. So the ones that cost 25 cents, you end up putting 5 nickels in.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about that.
Defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm just like, what's the point? Just give me a quarter.
But were they all like mostly like a few nickels or something
No,
to
it
play?
was- yeah, two
Or are you
nickels.
having like you go to Dave and Buster's, it's like $2 to play a game.
Yeah.
I'm not putting in 40 nickels or whatever that is.
The least, I think you put like 2. No, there were some that you put like 1 nickel in. There's a couple that you put 2 nickels in, but most of them were like 4 nickels.
Okay,
to
that's still
5
not
nickels.
bad.
Yeah,
though.
it's not bad.
No.
It's still a blast.
Dude, that's awesome.
But anyways, we had a fun time. I I got down on some Guitar Hero and kept, going back and forth between the quote unquote beer pong game.
That's
had
great.
fun, man.
I love
we
that.
had a good time.
Oh man,
Always enjoy going to an arcade.
So this episode, arcade, we're kind of nerding out. I nerded out this weekend.
I like being nerd.
I
like being nerdy.
I'm loud and proud. I do not care. If I like it, I like it. If other people don't, sorry. I'm old enough now. I really don't care.
Right on.
But I wanted to watch. So I sat down. I had time Saturday night, and I was like, okay, I want to watch a movie. It came down to Creed 2, which I liked Creed, the first one.
It's a good soundtrack.
Is, the spinoff of Apollo, or not Apollo. It's Apollo Creed's son from Rocky.
Yeah, yeah.
And Creed was awesome. So it's Creed 2, and then I heard there's an animated movie called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Ooh.
And I heard it was a good movie,
I've heard really
but it's
good
animated.
Things. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, do I want to watch Creed 2 or Spider-Man? I picked Spider-Man.
Nice.
And I am not mad about it. Like, basic level, it's a cartoon animated movie.
Yeah.
But that's totally underselling it. This thing was amazing. Just like the graphics and everything. Like, it was legit. And so I watched most of it, and I was finishing the last little 20 minutes I had, and my daughter walked in, and she was like instantly started over. I want to watch it. And it was really good. But just to give you an idea of the money and quality they put into it, tell me if you've heard any of these names. This is casting from the movie.
I've heard good things about this movie. Seen
It's
the previews.
really good. I
can't wait to see it.
Don't let the cartoon animated aspect of it blind you to it. This thing is good.
Honestly,
it's a good movie.
I've been interested in it simply because of the soundtrack. I've heard the
soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah,
and so
I've heard it's dope.
Not spoiling anything, but when I'm sitting there watching an animated Spider-Man or animated cartoon movie in general, and all of a sudden the Notorious B.I.G. starts spitting on the soundtrack, I was like, yes, this is awesome. So the soundtrack, and Post Malone also did like the theme song to this movie.
Sway Lee, Sunflower.
So they put money into the music. So casting real quick, the guy that plays like the main Spider-Man is a guy named, I don't want to mess this up, Shamek Moore.
He's a kid, right?
Yeah, he's a kid. Yeah,
okay.
But he was in the Get Down. So if you watch the Get Down, he's one of the main guys in that.
Nice.
Okay. I didn't recognize his voice, but I looked it up afterwards. So if you watch the Get Down, one of those guys is the voice.
Okay.
Jake Johnson is a voice you might recognize, but if you Google him, when you see him, you'll know exactly who it is. He was in he's been in 21 Jump Street. He was in Neighbors. And he was in the Jurassic World, not the newest one. He was the computer guy, the nerdy guy with all the dinosaurs on the computer.
Yeah.
So he's one of the voices.
Oh, dude, New Girl.
Yeah,
he's on New Girl.
Yeah, I think he is.
Love that guy.
So he's one of
dude, he's
Into
hilarious.
the Spider-Verse is like basically a bunch of Spider-Mans are all in one movie, and so he plays one of them. Marshala Ali. Yeah,
sounds familiar.
You should know it. It's a name that is all out there now, but Google him. You know who he is. He was on House of Cards. He's on Luke Cage. He's on the most recent start on True Detective. He's been in movies.
Oh, yeah,
he just won.
I
think just won an Oscar. I know he's nominated.
I know who you're talking about.
If you see him, he's in 12 Years a Slave. Like he's one of those names that's just now blowing up, but he's been big time for a while. Two more. Nicolas Cage voices one of the Spider-Mans, and Liv Schreiber voices the Kingpin.
Oh.
So he's in Scream and Ray Donovan, another one of those, you know who he is. So that's the voice quality you're dealing with on this movie, and it matches with the soundtrack and the animation and production. For real, don't let the animation throw you off. If you get a chance, watch it. If you want to watch a movie with a kid or like a young teenager maybe, or even a teenager in general, throw this one on. They'll love it. You'll love it. I recommend it.
I like it, man. I've seen the previews. I can't wait to see it.
It's pretty sick.
We held out. We didn't go see it in theaters. My son may have seen it, but I haven't seen it yet. Nobody else has, so not in my household. But I can't wait. I like the feedback. We're going to check it out this week. For sure.
So let's go ahead and roll it in. Let's get our TV movie hype going.
Ooh. It's about time we talked about this.
Hey,
because it's getting close.
winter is coming.
Winter's coming. Summer's coming in Texas, but winter is coming.
Winter is coming, and it's almost here.
I just saw 3 Sundays away.
Three Sundays away.
Sundays away.
Season 8, the
Holy
final
shit.
season
Holy
of Game of
shit,
Thrones.
dude, I'm so excited.
And I cannot wait.
Cannot wait.
But so here's where I'm a little disappointed.
Okay.
The rumors was, so there's only 6 episodes to this season. Normally they run 12, 13, I think in the past. I think the last season was like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
This one's only 6.
The episodes have been getting a little bit longer.
Yeah, and the rumor was that each of these episodes is going to be like 2 hours long, like a feature-length
Movie
film.
length, yeah.
That's not the case.
What?
Nope.
I thought that was the case.
No, they released them last week.
Oh, I just got disappointed, Chuck.
So the first episode I think is 58 minutes.
Oh, no.
And then, but the rest of them are
At least an hour and a half?
No, I think
What?
there's one episode. I can't remember which one. Maybe it's the battle episode or something.
Yeah.
One of them's like an hour and 25, hour and a half. The rest of them fall in between an hour and like an hour 15.
I was expecting these to be movie length.
I was thinking so too. I was like looking forward to a movie every Sunday night for 6
no.
weeks. But either way, that's not going to deter me. It's one of those things when it's that good, you want to get as much as you can of it.
Yeah.
And so everyone was hyped for like 2-hour episodes.
Yeah.
Nah.
So
It'll be good.
that sucks. That changes things.
So do you have anything else on Game of Thrones? I got one more tidbit on Game of Thrones, but it's going to bring us somewhere else.
Are you ready to see a lot of main characters disappear in this season?
I mean, if you're this far in Game of Thrones and you aren't prepared for main guys disappear. So spoiler alert.
Do you want to talk about do you want to like project like who do you think's gonna go out? No?
I think you're setting yourself up for failure if you try that on this show.
That's true.
Like when I first started watching this show, Bean, I can't remember the first guy, the Ned Stark.
Yeah.
I recognize him from a ton of movies,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, National Treasure movies.
Yeah.
And I didn't know nothing about it. I got sick, and someone recommended it while I was in bed for 2 days. So I'm thinking he's the main guy, and then you get to into season 1, his head goes rolling down the hill, and I was like, little did I know this was a pattern. So no.
Dude.
And spoiler alert, I was ready to break my TV when Jon Snow died.
Oh my gosh.
Thankfully,
That was a brutal scene.
he came back.
Yeah.
But and if you're this far in
He's
Game
had
of
a ton
Thrones,
of close calls.
I mean, it's been like 2 or 3 years now, so I feel okay saying he died and came back. But when that happened, I was like, dude, anyone but Jon Snow can die.
Yeah.
And when they killed him off, I was like, I thought it was for real.
Yeah, I did too. We
I was
all did.
pissed.
Everybody did.
So
Everybody freaked out.
yeah, I don't know who's gonna die. I don't know. I cannot wait. I don't even want to predict. I haven't read nothing about it, and actually, they're really close with the secret. So, but I cannot wait for Game of Thrones.
I can't either, dude. So excited. We've been
Do you
watching.
have like a favorite character? But take Jon Snow. I think everyone likes Jon Snow. But besides him, do you have like someone that you just like watching or root for?
My favorite character, honestly, is Peter Dinklage or whatever.
Tyrion.
Tyrion.
Yeah. The
favorite character.
Short guy.
Honestly,
I think he's a fan favorite.
he's one of my
sure.
favorite characters.
You know what? I actually have a soft spot
Okay.
for was it Jaime Lannister?
Yes. Do you really?
I do.
That's funny.
As the seasons have gone on,
Old Gold Hand.
yes, yeah, I have
Really?
I don't know. I like the dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I think his path has kind of changed a little bit, but
It has.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because the actor's good or what. I don't know.
Yeah. He's a
I
good
like that character. That
Yeah.
there's really I don't know if I'm just a sick person or what.
No,
but
it's
he I'm not saying I like everything he does.
I get what you're
I
saying.
ain't about
Chuck.
tagging your sister or nothing, but
I get what you're saying.
but outside of that, dude, I don't know. I want to see him like end on like a good note.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that'll actually happen, but I want to see him
I feel
on
like
a
he might
good
be one
note.
of those that gets chopped.
I don't know. He may. I don't know.
Anyways.
Let's see what happens with
But yeah,
the
dude,
dragons
we've
and the
been
Nightwalkers.
over the past few weeks. We've started to watch season 7
Okay.
just in preparation for the final season. Highly recommend that, by the way, just so you're like it's like fresh. We're down to like the last episode, so really anticipating the new season. it's almost crazy.
And the fact that we've waited almost 2 years to get here.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
So the end
All
is
you
coming.
Game of Thrones freaks.
And so Nerd Out Weekend, Game of Thrones. So Game of Thrones starts on April 14th. There's supposedly rumored to be, there is going to be an episode that's going to have the largest battle ever filmed. And supposedly the rumor is that episode is going to be the weekend of April 26th, which happens to be the same weekend that Avengers Endgame comes out. So Friday night or Thursday morning, however that works, Avengers Endgame comes out. Sunday night, you got the big battle on Game of Thrones.
Dude.
My weekend is set that weekend because I'm jacked for Game of Thrones. I am super jacked for Avengers Endgame. Like, I cannot wait to see how that whole, because it's like
We should go see that together.
we should.
Like, for real.
Me and my,
You want to plan for
let's
that?
do it. Mark
Okay.
it down. Because I was
we'll
trying to
put that on
explain
the
this to my wife. She doesn't watch these, but she knows I do. And
Yeah.
I was like, you don't understand. This is like 11 years in the making. Iron Man came out in 2008. And Endgame is the end of like this story of for 11 years across all these movies. Because they're talking about, like, rumor is like Iron Man's going to die. Captain America's, like, this is going to, the movies and franchises moving forward are going to be completely turned upside down.
Holy crap.
Like, it's not going to be the same anymore. Like,
Yeah.
the newer people, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, they're going to start taking over after this.
Right.
Endgame is like the end of the first part of this Marvel world that they've created. 11 years in the making.
Yeah.
And this is the payoff. So I can't
Holy crap.
wait
That's
to
going to be
see
huge.
that. And I don't know. Yeah, let's plan to go watch that.
Let's go watch it, dude.
In even bigger news than that,
Oh, man. Yeah.
Disney announced that they have purchased Fox.
Mind blowing.
Mic drop
Mind
done.
blowing. Dude.
So real
Shout
quick,
out to Disney.
Before Fox, Disney owns already ABC and all their affiliates is Disney owned. ESPN and all their shows is Disney owned. Disney owns all their original Disney characters. They're back in with Pixar, so they own all the Pixar. That's Toy Story, Monsters, Nemo, all that. They bought Marvel a few years ago, so they have, Avengers, Iron Man, all those guys. And they have, I think, Indiana Jones, because they bought Lucasfilm, which also includes Star Wars.
Nuts.
They have all that under their belt, and then they go and purchase Fox. Now, for diving in deep in nerdum, is that a word?
Nerdum. We're creating it tonight.
Nerdum. Fox owned, so there's certain characters under Marvel as far as film franchises go. So the ones you've been seeing are the ones they have to work with, which has worked wonderfully.
Yeah.
One of the big ones, X-Men. Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops. X-Men was under Fox.
Yeah.
They now get put under Disney,
Yeah.
which means
Finally.
down the road, you could see Wolverine and the X-Men join up with Iron Man and all whoever survives the Endgame.
Crazy, dude.
And that also includes, I think, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer. So they have a whole lot more movies and stories they can tell with the addition of this purchase. And also, on top of all that, the Star Wars thing is weird because so they bought Star Wars, but Fox owned the original 6 movies. The
Yeah,
originals
yeah.
in the 70s, 80s, and then the prequels.
Nobody had access to those previously.
Well, they
right?
had the distribution rights.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
even though Disney took over Star Wars, they did not. Fox kept the distribution rights. So
Right.
it means Disney couldn't redistribute, couldn't package together with the new movies. Fox owned that. Disney now owns it. So now they have the complete Star Wars collection. And now you might probably see the old ones start getting pushed
Yeah.
out more, or
Yeah.
like complete series,
Yeah.
the complete Star Wars saga
Yeah.
in one box set, because now Disney can do it with their new movies.
Unbelievable.
All right, let's go through the run sheet.
Do you feel like, I feel like, real quick, I feel like Disney's just kind of been sitting back watching this new age streaming thing unravel. and then they were just waiting for the perfect time to
I think they played it smart.
jump in.
Because they,
you know what I'm saying?
They signed a deal with Netflix. So the past few years, you can get your Disney stuff on Netflix. So when you get a new movie come out on DVD a few months later, it's on Netflix. And I think that's what they used the experiment for.
Yep.
And now we already talked about they're rolling out Disney Plus, their streaming service, the end of this year. And with this deal, they just got a whole lot more to put in there.
Mind blown.
So here's some movie franchises or movies that Disney just picked up. And keep in mind, on top of all the other crap they got, see if any of these ring a bell. The Alien franchise, American Horror Story.
Huge.
Avatar.
Huge.
Which is the highest-selling movie of all time. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Deadpool movies. Now, that's a big one because Deadpool was awesome.
Yeah.
But Disney already said they ain't messing with Deadpool.
Yeah.
And maybe
It's a little raunchy.
Deadpool slides his way into those Avenger films. Which would be like if you get to the end of the Avengers and there's like, the extra scenes and there's a Deadpool scene, I'm gonna die. Like that'd be amazing if they can pull that off.
Dude, this opens up a whole new world.
So we're going to keep going. For kids, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I've heard of the series. I'm sure there's some kids out there.
My kids dig it.
The Die Hard series. Disney owns them now. Family Guy, Simpsons, Fantastic Four, Futurama. As far as streaming and older shows, Glee, Home Alone franchise, Ice Age franchise, Independence Day franchise, King of the Hill, the Kingsman's franchise. Oh, it's one of my personal favorites. This is a blip on the radar.
These are classics.
Lake Placid. Disney now owns Lake Placid, which for some reason makes me really happy. MASH, Modern Family.
Oh man,
the new Planet of the Apes franchise, the Power Ranger movies, Predator, The Simpsons, the original Star Wars, Transporter, and the X-Men movies.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, mind blown. Dude, they did right. They did everything right.
So much content they just picked up.
Much.
And that's just like the movies and some TV shows. Some other TV shows they got in addition to that, with The Simpsons, Empire, Family Guy we talked about, Gotham, Bob's Burgers, Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, MasterChef.
They got, I love MasterChef.
Just a whole bunch of stuff we got going on.
Everything that's been on FX, like It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, FX.
I think you mentioned American Horror Story.
Yeah,
right. What else is on FX?
The Shield.
Yeah,
Sons of Anarchy was on, which was a big one for us. We love Sons of Anarchy.
So much good content.
So
on
there's
FX.
this unlimited amount of stuff they can do now. And their streaming service is going to be crazy.
This isn't like a merger. This is like Disney consumed.
No,
Fox.
They own them.
Like
I think they're selling off the stuff they don't want, and they're keeping the stuff that they do. So
what I'm reading here as of March 20th, 21st Century Fox is now a Disney subsidiary after a whopping $71.3 billion offer.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
So crazy.
Hey,
but
Disney is like the Amazon of streaming content.
They're about to be. They're gonna crash when it rolls out that first day. It's gonna crash. Because I can't wait. That's
a good prediction.
They're gonna have I don't know if you're aware of the Disney Vault, but they have their theory behind their older, the Peter Pan, Snow White's, Bambi's, all that.
Yeah.
The theory is they only release those every 7 years, and the thought process behind it, as far as videotapes and DVD is, every 7 years so Peter Pan comes out, it's not going to be released again for another 7 years.
Right.
The thought process behind that was every 7 years gives them a new generation to introduce these classic shows to. The streaming service, and nowadays that's getting thrown out the window. All the classic stuff's going to be on the Disney streaming.
Yeah.
So all your favorites, you don't have to wait for it anymore.
This brings up a good point. You know what's been playing in my house for the past 2 weeks?
Incredibles? That's what's been at our house.
No. Yeah, we've already passed that stage. Lion King and Aladdin.
Nice.
Both. And the reason for that is because the new movies
live
are
action?
Yeah, live action movies
I'm ready for those. So we're doing
both of my younger kids, even Olive down to 2 years old, loves Lion King, wants to watch it all the time, and we just introduced Aladdin to her this weekend.
Oh,
She's already sucked into it and loves Aladdin.
so we're on a
So that makes sense that you're talking about. They only release it every 7 years or however many years it is to reintroduce it to a different
right, and that was
age group.
They started
demographic.
that back when videotapes. You didn't have.
It's working.
You couldn't order on the internet. Didn't have an eBay. You couldn't find this stuff readily available. It was in the store. It wasn't. But at our house, so there's been a Disney movie club, which when I found out we were having our daughter and when she was born, I signed us up for it. So Disney movie club, which is every month, if you want to, it's optional. They send you a movie, a Disney movie, and so when they re-release Snow White, I get Snow White. I pay for it obviously, but they'll send me an email. Hey, Snow White's coming out next month. Do you want it? Do you not?
You can stream it, or they actually send you the DVD?
They send you, usually it's a DVD, Blu-ray, digital code. So you get all three. But we use DVD in the car, Blu-ray on the TV, digital code for phones and wherever. So we've been doing that to get our movies. And we got most of them that have come out. But we're doing an interesting experiment because this year, in November, we're going to Disney World.
Oh, nice.
So we're starting to get...
That's going to be fun.
Our kids, London in particular... My 3-year-old spun up on Disney because she's at the age where she finds one movie and that's what we watch over and over and over.
Same
it's been for the longest time. It was Frozen and Moana, and we've been on Incredibles, but we've been experimenting. Now we got her on Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, so we're reaching back a little bit, but we're trying to get her caught up on the old stuff that she's going to see come time for Disney World. So,
dude. I thought it would take a lot for them to get into The Lion King and Aladdin, and they're all about it.
It's on our list. We're going to get there eventually, but I say that because I wish the streaming service was available now.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, because of the movie club, we have most of this stuff. But anyway,
good stuff from Disney, man. The streaming world is getting rocked. I can't wait.
It's going to be
not to mention
crazy.
Apple just hinted that they're coming out with a streaming service as well this week. But they have no name for it, and they have no content for it yet. But they are planning to come out with a streaming service.
Oh, and what we didn't mention, this acquisition actually ends up with Disney owning 70% of Hulu.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
that's really
they're going to roll out their own streaming, but now Disney has 70% controlling interest in Hulu. And they're pulling, if you haven't noticed, and it's going to happen real soon, all the Disney content is getting pulled from Netflix.
Yeah,
because they're getting ready for their streaming service, which
they've been sitting back and just watching.
Netflix has pumps out good content.
Yeah, of course.
And
original content.
And I watch Amazon Prime. They got good stuff too. But I have a feeling when Disney drops theirs at the price point, if it's good, and Netflix keeps raising theirs, there's going to be a problem because Disney is going to own the streaming market
for sure
when it comes out.
Like I said, I feel like they've just been sitting back and just
how
watching.
Much people watch Disney and Disney. I mean, Disney is Disney.
Yeah.
How much people consume that and watch it now? When you have it on a streaming service, you can have everything. I mean, it's going. I think it's going to send shockwaves to this.
And it goes back to that same conversation we had a few podcasts ago, where it's like, at what point do you get to where you're paying for all these streaming services? You know, which ones do you pick?
Yeah,
you know,
and
how many do you take on
without even knowing what all they're rolling out? Disney's going to be the choice.
Oh yeah,
especially if you have kids.
You have to have Disney.
Yeah,
done.
Yeah,
like consider done.
Now,
I don't even care what the price
is. If Netflix keeps pumping out good stuff, they're going to keep me just because. I mean, Stranger Things is good. I like Narc. There's so much good stuff.
Yeah, the original content's great,
but they keep raising prices, and you get better content. But I mean, at some point, you're going to be paying cable. We talked about this before. Cable prices for streaming
all your
content.
Streaming content. Yeah.
So it's going to get tricky soon. But anyways, Disney owns everything. It's going to be awesome. You got anything else?
Let's see. What do we got? What do we got, Chuck?
I mean, we're going down to sports, but you got anything left to add?
Getting down to Chuck Sports?
Chuck Sports. This is terrible.
I think that's it, man. No, yeah, that's terrible.
That's terrible. Stop.
We're done. That's it.
No, don't do that. You keep doing that.
Chuck Sports.
And I hate that. All right. Do you want to do baseball or football first?
I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
We're ready for sports.
Yeah. We can
all you sports heads, let's get ready.
We can do whatever we want.
That's true. We can do whatever the heck we want.
I am my own boss at this podcast.
Hey, so March Madness. You been keeping up? Let's start with that real quick. Let's just briefly talk about that.
If you want to, honestly, no.
Okay. I've been watching highlights. That's about it.
I completely forgot to do a bracket. Like, this week went by so crazy that I didn't, which sucks because I've been doing one for years. And
yeah.
I said I don't watch college, and I don't. So I don't have a bracket, so I haven't been watching. I did watch. I tried to sit down and watch games yesterday, but they were blowouts by the time I got to it, so I turned them off. I did watch Tech today and bits of the Duke game.
Okay.
But Duke was wild.
Yeah, I saw the highlights just a while ago on that one.
But no, I haven't really been keeping up.
Same here.
And from what I've heard, there hasn't been any like crazy upsets yet.
Okay.
This is why I think I haven't tuned in.
I think
usually
this Duke match was the closest it's gotten.
I think it's probably the most exciting so far.
Right.
But
and Zion Williams and
I mean, I'll keep watching. And as it gets further, I'll watch more.
Yeah.
But so far this weekend, no, I haven't watched much.
Same here. Haven't made a bracket.
And at this point,
anything like
that. I talked before, my sister-in-law does go to Tech, so rooting interest in Tech, so I'm curious to see how far they can go.
Yeah.
And I'm also curious to see who, if anyone's going to knock Duke off.
Well, you dropped some knowledge before we jumped on in our pre-show notes conversation about Duke and Tech being the top.
Okay, so before
draft prospects, right?
Yeah,
having the top.
So this afternoon, I was at my in-laws' house and we were all having dinner, and my sister-in-law is a huge UNC fan, North Carolina. So when they play Duke, she's all about it. And I'm not talking like, oh, they're good. She wears a shirt. No, she knows her. She knows her shit when it comes to UNC basketball.
Nice.
Not much else outside, like no football, not much else anywhere else.
Just
but
USC basketball.
UNC football or UNC basketball.
Okay.
She knows the roster. She's into it, and this is her time of the year. So we were talking, and she's biased. It's okay.
Is that powder blue?
I don't know what it is. So, but we were sitting around talking about Duke not having anyone outside Zion. So I'm like, I'm just doing my thing, which is argue and be combative just to do it. And
it's fun.
When someone's that diehard, which people do it to me all the time, when someone's that diehard, you got to poke at them. So I was like, listen,
Chuck's looking for a way in to
I'm like, listen,
stir things up.
Zion's a beast, and it's going to be hard to stop him. And then they're like, well, Duke doesn't have it. And I said, hold on. So then I pulled up, didn't know this, and I pulled it up, and the top 5 NBA prospects, so the top 5 in the NBA draft this year, Duke has 3 of the top 5 projected.
Yeah.
And the one I looked at, they have 1, which is Zion, 2, and 5. Or 1, 3, and 5.
Wow.
So we're all sitting there like, they really don't have anybody outside Zion. Wrong. Looked it up. They got a freaking loaded team. And that's why I'll be watching the tournament mainly to see at this point how far Tech goes and who, if anyone's, going to knock Duke off.
Yeah, because Duke barely snuffed one out today.
And they did. And if I think the bracket's set up where if everything falls right, Duke could play Tech.
Okay. Ooh.
And if that happens,
dude, I'm watching that.
It's going to be lit.
I will watch that
in my family's house.
Nice.
So, but no, I haven't really been keeping up.
Okay.
Do you want to do football or baseball? What are you feeling? We got another crazy baseball.
I know about baseball.
All right, let's
go ahead and hit baseball.
So
let's end it on football.
So we did Manny Machado. Crazy contract. Then, of course, Bryce Harper swoops in, does his thing.
Yeah.
And then Trout breaks the internet. So we knew this was coming eventually, but I don't think everyone expected this. Jeez. Mike Trout signs an extension with the Angels for 12 years, $426.5 million, every dime guaranteed.
Oh, do we really have to go back down this rabbit hole again? Like,
I don't want to go far in it. Just so Bryce Harper got $350 million.
Yeah.
Mike Trout just got $426 million. Now the crazy part
can't even fathom
is that because of his years, he's actually making like it's like $26 million. Like, it's not crazy per year. It's just how long. Like, he's not breaking the bank.
Years.
He's not breaking the bank for the Angels every year. It's just he's gonna get paid one way or another for a long time.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, anyone raising kids out there, turn them into a baseball player. My goodness, how do you think Kyler Murray feels right now? He chose football.
Yeah,
which if he's lucky, he'll make $100 million over the course of a career.
And he's a little short quarterback, man.
And
I'm not feeling good about it. Should have stuck with baseball.
Because he could end up like the next guy who this happened like an hour or two before we met up. Rob Gronkowski, announces he's retiring.
That happened today.
Yeah,
we're recording on Sunday, by the way.
Yeah, this came out like a few hours before we started doing this. He's done.
Yeah,
and I was shocked. Like I didn't realize his age.
Yeah, I'm not shocked as far as like the way he moves on the football field.
No,
everybody's noticed that.
The last
right?
2 years, I mean, he's
a little sluggish,
but he's a tank, and he
is.
It feels like he's been doing it for a long time, and he's only 29.
Yeah,
he's only
look what he's put his
he had
put
an
his body
8-year
through.
Listen, he had an 8-year career. He'll be 30 in May, and 8 years he won 3 Super Bowls, and
damn good career.
One of the best tight ends ever.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say the greatest, but one of the best.
He's a legend for sure.
And it's gonna suck because I hate the Patriots. I don't like them, but I did like Gronk.
Yeah,
like you always, even the teams you don't like, there's at least 1 or 2 players that
it's good personality
you root for and you wish would play on another team or on your team.
Yeah.
He's one of them. Like
he's
I
like your classic meathead.
I think it sucks that he's gonna be out.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but yeah, it's been hinted at. But I thought he'd play 1 more year maybe.
Yeah,
but no, he's done. He's off to other things. So
I don't blame him. I mean, hey, to peace out at 29,
and he's
pretty
done.
awesome.
He's set.
Yeah,
so
he's done and set.
Yeah, so he can do whatever.
He's got
wants.
so much. I'm sure,
and he's got enough personality that he's going to end up doing something fun.
Yeah.
So
we talked about even the wrestling.
Hey, it's been been whispered about before.
Gronk could end up in the ring.
Him and the Miz are going to hook up, and that's going to be crazy. Because Miz came from MTV reality television.
And he has the perfect personality for some shit like that.
He's been in there before. Go YouTube it. He's guest appeared and done some shit before.
I don't know why that doesn't surprise me.
It sounds perfect. Oh man, but
that's awesome.
But
well, hey, he had a hell of a career.
He did.
So.
Yeah, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's going to. Is that it?
Is that it?
We ran through that. I think that's it.
Hey.
All right. That's our episode. We nerded out a little bit for you.
I loved it, man. I loved every second.
I just like it. This is stuff that we would talk about.
Heck yeah.
Anyways. And
this is stuff we would talk about over Sierra Nevada Pale Ale
there you
all
go.
The time.
Yeah. Oh, but that is it for this week of Modern Dude Chat.
It's a good one.
Thanks again for listening.
We're global now.
Yeah, we're global.
That's a big deal.
We're global. We feel like it's a big deal.
Shit's happening. We're probably the number one podcast out there. Probably the number one podcast.
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's say that. Opinion. Let's go with that.
Hey, Chuck.
How much of those Sierra Nevadas have you had? But we, again, thank you guys for listening. Be sure to give us a rating, give us a review on iTunes. We're not bullshitting. We got a giveaway coming up. We're just getting the pieces together.
Everybody's going to be trying to get all the goods
we
got
think
coming.
It's good. But we do have stickers. We just got a new set of stickers in, coasters. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Modern Dude Chat. Get a screenshot, put it out there. Every week we'll pick somebody out. We'll send you some things. Sticker, coaster, whatever we got. It's
really easy. Just screenshot it, tag us, boom.
Help us spread the word. Get us out there. We're growing. We're going to keep it going. We like feedback. You got any comments, any beers you want to suggest, any topics we need to check out, music, hit us. We'll check it out and we'll discuss it. But that's at Modern Dude Chat on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me at Modern Chuck.
Cody Murph on Instagram and Twitter, CODYMURF.
That's it from Modern Dude Chat. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.